I want to tell you a story. It's a bit embarrassing, actually. A few years ago, we invited a speaker from the UK to come and give us a talk in the town that I was living. My friends and I were standing outside the lecture theatre and we're watching people come in and fill up the seats. One particular young girl stood out to me, and she stood out for all the wrong reasons. She was wearing clothes that were spray-on tight, she had a face full of makeup, she had one of these half sort of loosely tied hijabs going on. And I remember for some reason, just seeing this girl dressed in this way and coming to this event that's about the Day of Judgment, I was just full of anger. And I turned to my friends and I said to them, what's wrong with this girl, and why isn't she, respecting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and why is she dressed in this way, and of all the places you could go dressed like this, why choose this particular event? And it just hit a nerve for me for some reason. I even thought about going up to her and saying to her, why are you coming here dressed this way? Don't you know that this is an Islamic event? Don't you know that this is not the way you're supposed to dress? But my friends talked me out of it. Anyway, we went inside the hall and the speaker gave his talk. It was a beautiful talk. And at the end of the talk, someone made their way up to the stage and handed him a little paper note. He unfolded it on the stage and he read it, and it said that there's 2 non-Muslim women in here that want to come on stage and say their shahada. They want to accept Islam. And then, subhanAllah, it was that very same girl that I saw walking in that I had been so critical of in my mind. She was the one that made her way to the stage and said her shahada and became Muslim. Now, instantly, I felt like the scum of the earth. I felt like the lowest living thing on planet Earth. I felt, who was I to judge this girl? I had no idea who she was or what stage of Iman she was at or what she knows about Islam, because she wasn't Muslim. And then something even more serious came to mind for me. What if I had gone up and spoken to her? What if I was, in that moment, angry, upset, and we know that anger is from the shaitan? What if in that moment, with all that anger inside me, I went up to that girl and I said, hey, how dare you come to this event dressed like that? What impact would I have had? I could have been the reason why this girl walked away from that event and even walked away from Islam. I started the night thinking that I was such a better Muslim than her. Subhanallah. At the end of the night, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed me that the opposite is true. When someone says their shahada, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes all of their previous bad deeds and converts them all into good deeds. So by the end of the night, all she had in her scales were good deeds and not a single bad deed, but I still had mine. So she walked away from that night a far better Muslim than me. We have to be careful not to drive people away from Islam, but instead only to be a force to push people closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and closer to Jannah. It's a lesson I hope I'll never forget. Never judge anyone else. You don't have the whole story.